Hi, everybody. I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm based outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. Our clients are all throughout the United States. They literally, some of them are outside the United States, and we are helping them with green cards or visas from abroad. And many of our clients really span coast to coast, all over the place. We can represent you no matter where you are located. And the reason that we can represent you kind of all over the US is because immigration is considered a federal practice. Our firm only handles US immigration law. We help only with US immigration law. So we can help you with that no matter where you are located. And the way we do that is through phone, through our meetings. We do our meetings through Zoom. And then some of our clients do like to come in person, and we're located right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. If this is your first time joining me, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. And this is really an opportunity for you to ask all your immigration questions, okay? This is an opportunity for you to ask those one-off immigration questions if you are lost, if you've been working on an application, if you want to know if you're eligible, if some things are taking a really long time. This is the place to ask those questions. Hi, Cora Pativinyakri. I'm sorry, I'm probably mispronouncing some part of this. They say, hello, you're from California. Nice to see you. We have so many clients actually in California these days, and I just finished talking to some folks in California actually as well. So this is really an opportunity for you to ask your immigration questions. Go ahead and put your questions in, and I will start off. If you've never joined me before, I will start off with kind of our question of the day. All right, and it usually relates to the types of applications that we are working on, that we spend most of our time on. So number one, the question is about a VAWA application. If you've never joined me before, VAWA is a type of green card application for people that might have entered the US illegally. Maybe they entered with a tourist visa and it expired and now they're out of status. Or if you even entered with some kind of temporary visa, you might still be in status and qualify for this. So it is a green card application for people, most commonly in the cases that we represent, for people that are married to U.S. citizens or green card holders that will not help them sponsor that green card application for one reason or another. It is called a self-petition, right? It's called a self-petition, where someone can apply for a green card on their own without the help of their spouse. Note, they must be married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. They must have lived with this person for a certain amount of time. The marriage has to be real, not just for immigration purposes. There has to be abuse in the marriage. If you are interested in this type of green card, give us a call. We can talk to you about it. We are at 703-348-1663. Again, that's 703-348-1663. We can have what we call a confidential consultation. It's done by phone or Zoom based on your preference. And you get to ask pretty much whatever questions you have about immigration, about this case type. We will walk you through the full process step by step for what you can expect. You can also get a good sense of the timeline, how long things will take. So that is the type of case that I'm talking about right now. And one of the questions that comes up in relation to that case, this is again a green card application for people that have been abused in their marriage. Their spouse is a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and they're applying for a green card on their own without the help of their spouse. So what happens if they file this application, they leave their abusive spouse, right, while this application is pending, and then maybe they might meet somebody else and get remarried to this person. So the question is, can I get remarried if I have a pending VAWA application? Again, can I get remarried if I have a pending VAWA application? So the answer to that is no. You cannot get remarried and still move forward with your VAWA application. If you were married to someone, a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and they were abusive, if you get remarried, that VAWA application will be denied. Okay, that VAWA application will be denied. If you have any questions with regard to VAWA, give us a call. We are at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. We're completing our consultations by phone, by Zoom, and in person. All right? Okay. I have a question here that says, I'm from California. Oh, sorry, that's not a question. Haha. Apologies for that. Okay. Is there any guidelines for asylum cases that Biden signed? What is an affirmative asylum interview? Okay. What is an affirmative asylum interview? All right. So that's a good question. So what is an affirmative asylum interview? That is the question. So asylum is basically for people that are in the United States and they're afraid to return to their home country, right? So they're in the US and they are afraid to return to their home country. So you can have affirmative asylum where you yourself are applying for asylum, or you can have what's called a defensive kind of asylum, which is for people that are in immigration court and claiming asylum. So affirmative means that maybe you entered with a visa, maybe you entered illegally and you haven't encountered ICE or any other immigration officials, and you yourself are applying for asylum with USCIS, right? You are applying to immigration and seeking asylum. You're filling out an application, exhibits, you're writing a declaration, and you're submitting that to immigration. Immigration will receive that. They will do a background check on you. You'll go give your fingerprints, and then you will have an interview. That's what an affirmative asylum interview is. You're going to USCIS, not immigration court, and you are in an interview, and the USCIS officer is asking questions about why you're afraid to return to your home country. If you're approved, USCIS will approve your asylum application, and then a year after that, you can apply for a green card. That is what affirmative asylum is. Let's say you applied for affirmative asylum, you had your interview, and then you are denied, right? Maybe the USCIS officer didn't believe that you had a strong case. Let's say you get denied. Would you then get moved to, you can get denied or you can get referred to court. So then you can go to court and claim asylum again. That is no longer affirmative asylum. You are then in removal proceedings, and you must claim asylum as a form of relief, basically saying, yes, I am removable. I'm here without status, or whatever other reason that makes you removable. And you're claiming asylum. Please don't send me back to my home country, because I'll be persecuted if I return to my home country. And then you provide all the evidence to the immigration judge, and the immigration judge makes a decision on whether or not your asylum application is approved. That's what that is. Okay, if we can talk to you about this or any other options, give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Another question, live, love, laugh. Hi, how are you? It says, if a co-sponsor withdraws, what is the procedure to take? You can always submit another co-sponsor application, right? So when you apply for a green card, a family-based application, most of the time you're required to submit an affidavit of support. Basically, the person that's sponsoring you is supposed to say, I make X amount of money, and I will take care of this person that I'm sponsoring. They will not become a ward of the government. They will not rely on the government to support them. That is what they are saying at that point. However, if the person that's sponsoring you isn't working or isn't making a high enough income, you will need a co-sponsor. So a co-sponsor can withdraw, can decide, I don't want to be your co-sponsor anymore. You could submit another, you could supplement your application with another co-sponsor. So if you find someone else, you should be able to supplement your application with that. Okay. Live, love, laugh followed us. Great. Awesome. Thank you. If you know other people that have immigration questions that want to join me online to ask immigration questions, please feel free to pass our information on to them, share this with them, let them know, that I come on and this is an opportunity to really ask immigration questions. Immigration law is very complicated, as we all know, and it's very helpful to ask that one-off question here and there, right? So I'm happy to answer that for you. Just so you know, our firm practices kind of everything under immigration. We do employment-based applications, we do family-based applications, and we do humanitarian cases for people that are victims of abuse, victims of crime, people that are afraid to return to their home countries. We help them get status and ultimately a green card. So give us a call if we can help you with that, 703-348-1663. All right. Cora, I'm just going to say Cora. Thanks. I have applied for my EAD extension almost 307 days ago, but I haven't yet gotten it. Yeah, EAD extensions are taking a really long time, but some categories, most categories, when you apply under the same thing that you had before, if it's an extension, will give you an automatic 180-day extension beyond your EAD expiration date. So check that online to see if you qualify. Basically, if you have an EAD and you're applying for an extension, you can, it will automatically extend it for 180 days. Only some categories qualify, so you want to double check that. Okay. Live, Love, Laugh says, will file a status, current date says active, or start with a new date. You can supplement your application. I think if you have any questions, call USCIS customer service. Sometimes they're super, super helpful. Sometimes they are not. Okay. All right. Here's another question that is related to VAWA that has come up. Sandhu, I see your question. I will get to it in just a second. Live, Love, Laugh says, thank you. You're welcome. Feel free to put your questions in. This is really an opportunity for you to ask as well. Okay. All right. Who is eligible to self-petition for a VAWA application? Who is eligible to self-petition for a VAWA application? So our firm, the most common case scenario for a VAWA application is someone who's married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder that's the victim of abuse. That's the most common scenario for us. However, that is not the only scenario that qualifies for a VAWA. There are several, actually. So if you have a child who's 21 or over and a U.S. citizen, you can qualify. If you entered illegally, it doesn't matter. If that child is abusive towards you, it could be emotional or physical abuse. Many times it's not physical. Most of the time it's emotional or psychological, at least in the cases that we see. But basically, if you have a child who's 21 or over, a U.S. citizen, you might also qualify for a VAWA, which would get you a green card, work permit, social security number, which is a huge benefit. You should think about it if you might qualify. Happy to have a consultation to let you know. If you are a child of a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and if you're up to 25 years old, if your parent is abusing you, if they're not willing to sponsor your green card, you can still apply for a green card on your own. I've talked to several people in this situation, and it's interesting to me that there are so many times where the parent is abusing the child. The child has an avenue, but many times they're too scared to take that road, which is interesting to me because being undocumented in this country is not easy. It is not easy. You don't have a social security number. You're always afraid. If you have a pathway to getting a green card, which is really a dream for so many people, I would say take that pathway. Take that way to get a green card if you qualify, of course. And to see if you qualify, I would suggest giving us a call, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Let's schedule a consultation. What we do is go through your issue, go through your situation, and give you all the options that are available to you to get a visa, to get a green card, and what that process looks like, what's involved. We go through everything step by step, and we will go through the timeline, the process, the fees. So you will leave with a lot of information about your situation. So give us a call. I'd love to help you, chat with you more about your case. Okay. Sandhu says, my permanent green card after 5 months expired, but I applied together with a citizen and a renewal green card. Okay. I'm not sure what your question is, Sandhu. If you first get married and you're married for less than 2 years, you get what's called a conditional green card. Okay, if you get married and your marriage is less than 2 years old, you get a conditional green card. At the end of that 2-year term, you're supposed to you apply to remove the conditions, basically for a permanent 10-year green card. And you do that by showing that your marriage is real, not just for immigration purposes, there are other people that also qualify. If their spouse is abusive, if you've gotten divorced, you might still be eligible to remove those conditions on your green card and apply for that 10-year green card. If we can help you with that, give us a call, 703-348-1663. If your permanent green card, what happens if your permanent green card expires? It doesn't matter. You can still apply for a renewal, right? If you're in the U.S., you can just apply for a renewal. Even if that 10-year green card has expired, you're still technically considered a permanent resident, okay? Live, love, laugh says, thank you. You're welcome. Amin Kabani says, any update on a U visa? Nothing new to report on a U visa. Give us a call. U visas are for victims of crime. So victims of crime, if you are a victim of certain crimes, you can apply for what's called a U visa. It is a little bit complicated. It's a multi-step process. We'd be happy to help you with it. You call our office. We do a consultation, talk to you about your crime, about the crime that you witnessed, not your crime. That would be silly. The crime that you witnessed and what happened after that. If you haven't yet reported to the police, you might still be able to report to the police, the Department of Labor, or another organization that might investigate that crime and certify you for a U visa. Call us. We can certainly discuss that process with you. I would love to chat with you about that. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal, and you can reach us at 703-348-1663. I am an immigration attorney. I'm based outside of DC in Arlington, Virginia. My clients are all throughout the United States, and I do consultations with people from all over the place and would love to speak with you about your immigration issues. So give us a call and let me know if you would, if you have any questions. All right. Thank you so much. Look forward to hearing from some of you and meeting some of you in person. Okay. Thanks so much. Bye.